stay here with me.
All right.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Let's get this party started. Oh boy. Oh boy. Welcome to the live stream, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Well, I am very happy today because the team has achieved the impossible. And I'm here to show it today. I'm here to show you what the future of trading looks like. No joke. And I'm surprised no one arrived at this before us. Like I never seen anything like what I'm gonna show you today. Never seen anything like it. You know, I can't tell you how good it is without testing it myself. And for the past week, I've just been trading it for fun just to see like, well, what can I do with this thing? And I put $500 into an account and I made $7.5 grand, $7,500. And that's pretty good. And that was just manual trading. So welcome to the live stream, guys. Let me just check. Who do we have? I need my glasses. Who do we have? And yes, hit the like button, hit this, subscribe, hit everything. This is gonna be life-changing. Let me see who we got. We got Steven, welcome Steve. Some to Chicken, my favorite. David Evans, welcome. Antonio, Martin, Warren, Sharon again. FC Starks, goddamn, I can't remember all these. Mage, PK, Alasani, all right. Guys, you know, X mode has really served itself for a long time, but there was several challenges with the X mode that it just didn't live up to. It didn't update in real time. I mean, it did per candle, but it didn't really give you a good indication in the moment as the candle was touching support and resistance what was going to happen. And this became, you know, this is not like been a huge issue, but it definitely was a challenge to trade because you had to understand at the same time as the market hits the resistance or support, how does that market expand? XMO didn't do the best job of showing that. So that meant we needed a real-time indication of how the support and resistance evolves at the same time as the market is coming in support and resistance. This was one of the main keys. And let's have a look. So let me know if you can see this properly. It's not entirely possible. I mean, it's not entirely visible so much yet. So what I want you to pay attention to, there's several things here, is that on the new Neural X mode, what we have done now is that we have integrated RTD in the bands itself. So you don't need RTD open anymore. You can just look at the bands and you will see exactly how much strength is in the X mode levels. So that's very cool. For example, you can see here, it's been a great buy all morning. I know Steve made money on this. I made money on this as well. It's been a great morning just buying GBP USD like Delcom was showing. But this is all very cool. But what we really have and what we really is really the key here is two artificial intelligence systems working together to predict the future of what's going to happen. So what you'll see is that on the top here, after the bands, you'll see we have this kind of cloud coming. And what that is really is the first machine learning AI model that's able and capable of predicting how GBP USD is going to develop, how the support and resistance is going to develop. So it means that I can already say now, well, you know, right now XMO is telling me resistance is here, and it is in this moment. But in a couple of candles from now, that resistance is going to be higher. And that's what I'm able to predict. And the same way I can also predict how the market is actually going to change based on how the AI believes the support and resistance is going to change. And that is the cool thing. The AI system does a really good job of predicting the future. And it's my job to interpret how to trade this and how this future should be traded. Whoop. Oh, just gonna turn these boys a little bit down. I feel like I'm yelling in here. But good job, DJ, guys. So look, what we can see right now, for example, we can see that the resistance here is moving up. That means that this AI system is already predicting that this resistance is going to continue moving upwards. And that tells us that this is very bullish. At the same time, we can see in the bottom that when it comes to support, it's kind of just staying neutral. You know, it's not really moving up too much. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's just what happens. Whenever you have these, and it will take some time to get used to this. It will take some time to understand this property and how to integrate it in your trading. But as you start learning how these X mode levels expand, depending on the volatility of the market, depending on how the market is trading, you will be able to much better understand how it's going to develop. So that's the first AI system. Now, the second AI system we have put in place is something you'll see here in the middle. Now, it's not so, you know, it has a low visibility right now because we don't exactly know how powerful this system is right now. It's entirely possible these systems are, you know, much better than we can even understand. But before we really understand, you know, how good they are and how well we can build them into our trading system, we don't want this to be like the main factor. We want it to be like an indication, something we take into consideration when we're trading, something that we think about, that this is what the development of the market looks like right now in the eyes of an artificial intelligence. So what we have is we have two lines. And these are essentially, you can think of them like a moving average. It's the same technology we used in RTD. You can think of them as a moving averages, where we have a fast moving average and a slow moving average, basically. And what you can see here is that we can see the fast one is actually crossing above the slow one. This is like, you should have seen this when it was here, because I was looking at it, I was like, what the fuck is it doing? Because what it was showing down here was that it was showing a straight line up like this for the fast moving average, and the second line was moving like this. And I was just looking at it like, oh fuck, this shit, it better be good for the live stream. It better be no problem. And here I am looking, you know, a few minutes later, and it has moved exactly like you predicted. And I'm just like, whoa, that's not the first prediction that I have seen of the second AI system being able to predict exactly where how it was going to develop. So this is extremely exciting. This is extremely exciting. And we do not understand the full consequences of what this is going to mean for trading. Because what I believe is that we're going to push this out. People are going to start using it. They'll find massive success with this. Because I know it works. We've done the backtest as well. We know that it works. All you got to do, the only job that you have, okay? The only job you have is to buy the green zone if it's green. If it's green, you buy it. If it's not green, you don't fucking buy it. And when it's a red zone, you sell it, okay? You sell the red zone, you buy the green zone, and you don't do anything in between. Because what I realized with X mode, including my own mistakes, was that a lot of times we would just get completely confused and wrapped up in these neutral levels in between, you know, like completely. You can see how X mode missed this, the original X mode, but you can see how the Neural mode perfectly fucking nailed it. Oh God. Just wait until you get your hands on this thing. It is incredibly powerful. It's, you know, I'm really, really proud of the team and that we could make this happen. It's gonna change everything for Breakfree Trading and Companion. Everything. So this is 15-minute time frame. Now the cool thing is that we can go to 1 hour time frame as well. And we can see that on 1 hour time frame, we have a completely different game going on. And that is fascinating. You can see that we still have the support moving up. That's nice to see. You can see you have the resistance being pushed up. That's very good. And then we can see that the second AI system here in between is just kind of, what is it doing exactly? It's saying sideways. Kind of sideways. Sideways and then up. So it's, in my opinion, what it's looking at is like something like this on the 1 hour time frame. Now you have to remember that every time a candle is done and closed, you'll get a new prediction. So that means that when this 1 hour candle closes, we're gonna get a new prediction for what happens on the 1 hour time frame. We can also move to 4 hour time frame. And on the 4 hour time frame, we see a different picture. On the 4 hour time frame, we're actually seeing support. We see what you can see here is a little bit of a pop and then otherwise moving down. So that's interesting to keep in mind. And you have to think about like 15-minute time frame and 4 hour time frame. These are like completely different animals. You know, completely different animals. The speed they move, what can happen on the lower time frames while it still keeps the higher time frame intact is quite a lot. You can see a lot of movement that can happen in here on a 4 hour time frame without really changing the trend too much. So it's interesting that the higher time frames here are showing us that GBP USD is going to move down. Let's have a look at 1 day time frame. 1 day time frame looks very different as well. You can see 4 hour and 1 day time frame, even though these are individual systems, individual models trained completely separately, you can see that the 1 day time frame and the 4 hour time frame are on the same track. We can see the fast moving average moving down pretty aggressively from here, so we want to keep that in mind. And then otherwise should have a nice bounce and then up again. So look at that. This is fascinating. This is fascinating to me because you can see the 1 day time frame. You can see how this AI system is predicting this to move down, and at the same time the support and resistance is also projecting this to move down, and these are independent systems. They have nothing to do with each other. Wow. Well, okay, time to take the chat. What do we have cooking? A lot of comments, and we got Andrew in here. Welcome, Andrew. Welcome to the live stream. You know, without Andrew, we couldn't have put this thing together. This man is a god tier engineer. He's so good. You don't understand it. So let's talk about how is this gonna play in with Companion. Well, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna launch this thing. It's gonna be launched on Navigator on the current Breakfree Trading platform. And people are going to start using it, and they're going to start creating incredible results for themselves. But in order to access this, they have to pay. So instead of having people pay for this, we're going to add a second option for people to access the Breakfree Trading Neural X mode by staking Companion tokens. Which means that people can essentially buy a certain amount of Companion tokens, stake them in their account, and they will get access to the Breakfree Trading products. And that's how we're gonna pump Companion. Then we'll see what else we can do. But that is like the initial idea here to get some traction going for Companion. And you know, I think it's gonna be, I think a lot of people will choose to do that. Buy the Companion tokens, stake them. It's a good option. And now I don't know how long we're gonna do it exactly like that, you know, because at a certain time, you know, there will be like a change in the price with depending on, you know, all these people buying it, and the price will go up, and maybe it will be like less tokens you need or something like that. We'll figure it out. But the general idea is that allow people to stake Companion tokens, access the Breakfree Trading products. So, you know, you can either pay money to access it, or you can buy a token that has a great future ahead of it and get access to the same thing. So that is really, I think it's a great idea. All right, let's look at some questions. I just think this 1 day prediction here right now is very interesting. I think the relation between these two systems is really impressive. Like this is not like pre-programmed or like check if this resistance is up and you know this other one is this, you know, is it okay, then do like no. These things work independently of each other, and they have independent calculations. They have nothing to do with each other, and they're both seeing the same thing. And they're both seeing the same thing based on different parameters that the model has been trained on, which do not overlap. Not only they don't overlap, they don't even use the same prediction window from the past. So this is very interesting. It's very, very, very interesting. Let's go have a look at 15 minutes. And yeah, it takes a little bit of time for this to calculate. Like these models and so on, like they're big. They're big. Our models range from 500 megabyte up to 4 gigabyte per time frame. And that is really in order to get the best model with the best prediction. There we go. So I think this is interesting. We have to keep in mind that the higher time frames are looking at some dump, and at the same time, the lower time frames, I mean, it's not looking. I mean, you have this moving down, but the fast one is moving up. So it's kind of hinting. It's kind of hinting that we're gonna have a pump and a dump. That's what I'm reading. All right. Let me check the chat now. Sorry, I keep getting away from this. Okay. Where can we buy companion tokens? You can buy companion tokens on the companion exchange or on the companion website. So you just go to companion TO. And then you can access the exchange here, or you can buy companion tokens here. And this system is supposed to be traded at market. Yeah, this system is gonna work across all the markets the same way that Xmode worked before. But in the beginning, it's gonna be like a limited amount of markets that's gonna work across. And the reason for that is because to train these models, it's you know, it takes a lot of computing. It takes a lot of computing to train these models. So we're gonna prioritize, like, you know, the most liquid market first that people want to trade, and train these on these first. How would I trade the 1 day time frame and the 4 hour time frame with the new Xmode? Okay, so let's go have a look, right? If we're trading 1 day time frame, what it means, first of all, is that, you know, we're not really sitting in front of the computer. This is the kind of thing where we're putting trades and we're really looking to do swing trades. And we might get a swing trade, I mean, not that often. We can look at the history, right? Look, on 1 day time frame, and the reason is that is because this is a mean reversion strategy. So in a downtrend, yeah, you might get it, but you don't really want to buy it. You don't really want to buy this. You know, you want to sell the red. You don't really want to buy this low support. Even if it bounces, it's not the place to buy it. You want to go lower time frame. You want to go lower time frame and trade this stuff. So on 1 day time frame, there's not really that much to do here because it's for this strategy, because this is the extension strategy. And overall, like when I look at how people are making money, the best you can do, in my opinion, is to sit on the lower time frames, scalp these levels, just do it the whole day, and you do really well. Now on 4 hour, let's have a look. On 4 hour, it's more realistic to get a trade. Again, you can see by the time, you know, you can choose to buy these. If you're looking for swing entries, right? If you're looking for swing entries and something like that, 4 hours is really your entry time frame. And you can see it does a really good job. It's just that the trend at that time is very weak. But if that's your gear, if that's what you like to do, you like to not sit in front of a computer, you want to do 4 hour or 1 day trade and so on, then all you got to do is really just put buy orders at the existing support and the future support all the way down, and then you just walk away. But like you know, it could take months. Let's see, this is March 8th, so this has been 1.5 months since its last touch support. The real place to make money from this is, from a mean reversal strategy, is of course the lower time frames. So that means you will find much higher success. You'll make a lot more money trading 1 hour time frame. It is very interesting to see these lower time frames be bullish. Again, we can see the resistance moving up here, and we can see the second system here is also bullish, and you can also see this expansion in support here. So overall, everything here is telling us that on the lower time frames, that GBP USD is bullish, and it's going to continue to move up. So for me, how I use this information is that I look at this and I can see, okay, hey, the two AIs on the 1 hour time frame is telling me that support is going to move up and overall trend is going to be up. Good to know. That gives me confidence to go into 15-minute time frame and place trades on these levels, and maybe even go to a 1 minute time frame. Because if you go to 1 minute time frame, that's where I've been making most of my money the past days, is that if you go to these lower time frames and you just keep buying these dips, like there's so much money to be made. Bounce, 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 bounce. I think it was Steve this morning who he got this one, and then he got this one as well. And that's really how you want to approach it. You want to look at the higher time frames to have an understanding of where is this market moving, you know? Where is this market moving? It's really interesting. I think it's really interesting to look at 15-minute right now of this, how it's just developing here. So yeah, I'm happy to buy GBP USD. Now, right now there's nothing to buy here, but if it comes, okay, let's put some entries. Let's put some entries. So what we want to do is we want to scale into a position. And the lower that this thing goes, the more I'm gonna buy. All right, let's now we just sit and wait. Mage is asked, is the new Sona based on neural mode? The new Sona that's coming out is not based on neural mode. The new Sona in itself has a 95% winning rate. But what it doesn't have is that while you're in these trades, you cannot really see how the market is developing. This new Neural X mode is going to require a completely different Sona. And we're going to make something different. Something kind of like the old version, but we're going to group markets by volatility events. So as some volatility comes into the market, we're going to group it together, all the impacted instruments, and show you the best. So these trades, you know, when I'm taking these trades, I just want to give you guys a little bit of understanding, right? When I take these trades, I am in and out. Okay, don't mind Ethereum from yesterday, but beside this, like, I get in and I get out really, really, really fast. Like, I'm in and I'm out. I'm just looking for like $20, $30, $50. And most of my trades last, you know, just a few minutes. Sometimes I lose, of course. Not bad. And sometimes I take some losses. That's completely normal. Whoops. But yeah, I mean, how do we make this even better? How do we make this thing better? Well, you have to eliminate this single thing that can still fuck up your trading, which is you. And it's me. It's humans. It's so easy to get greedy with this system and over leverage a little bit and take too much, you know, make too big of a position size. And you know, this is really a common problem for humans. It's a very, very common problem. So how do we fix that? I think we fix that by making a bot. Because what I'm thinking is that in a year from now, I think already a year from now, I don't think humans are gonna be manually trading anymore. Like, I think some might, but I think a lot of people will not be doing it anymore. And I think we can put together, based on the existing large language models that has been built by OpenAI, that's like proving that there is some real intelligence. I think we can build AI agents, like a bot built off AI agents that has individual responsibilities like risk management, execution, volatility, entries, exits, sizing of positions, like individual AI agents that all have these different responsibilities, that all is required in a trading, you know, in a trading environment. And I think we can build a really good one that, at least for a little bit of time, will generate crazy amount of money until too many people start using it. Because that's what I think is going to happen. I think these AI systems are going to come online, and the more people that start using it, the less it's going to work. Like the weaker it's going to get. And eventually I think markets is just going to flatline. I think markets is just going to flatline or something like this, where you cannot do this anymore. So I think we have a golden window ahead of us right now, where there is a lot of money to be made trading until everyone else get the same technology. Like, you know, there is this hedge fund called Resilience or something like that, Resilience Fund or whatever, from Jim Simmons, an old mathematician who's a billionaire now. And he started his fund in the 1980s or something like that. And instead of hiring like financial people, and instead of hiring bankers and all the usual stuff, instead what he did is that he went out and he hired the best scientists. He hired even people with like that worked in like geography, but like smart people, really smart people. He hired all these different science people, put them together, and very early on it was clear that these guys knew what they're doing, and they have been generating like 50% return on the fund ever since 1980s. Every year, year and year. They never lose. It's fucking insane. And the craziest thing is that I think it was like in the 2000s, very early 2000s, they stopped accepting outside capital. The only way you could invest in the fund was that if you worked in the fund. They don't take outside capital anymore. That's how good it is. And when you look at like interviews with this man who set this up and so on, it's very clear that these guys developed some high-level artificial intelligence, machine learning models, and they've been using them for the past 40 years, making 50% return every year. So what I'm saying is that technology they've been using is now going to come out to retail slowly. And as more and more people are going to use this, the less effective it's going to be for them and everyone else using it. So we have this window in front of us where we can, we have a serious option to take advantage of this gap in technology that's available in the market. And yeah, I'm super excited that we can be the one to bring it out, because I haven't seen anything else. And I think, honestly, you know, I'm not naive. I'm sure there's other people that have this technology out there, but they just chose not to make it public, and they probably chose not to make it public because it's been very profitable for them. Very profitable. All right, guys, do you have any questions? Oh, US market just opened. And 15 minute is still looking bullish. So yeah, I'm happy to buy down here right now. Now, today, I'm just showing you this model we have on GBP USD, but we are really far now. Like, we're really far ahead. What we gotta do now is, yeah, there's a little bit of optimization, etc. and so on, but overall, we're ready to train models for all the markets and put this together, start trading with it. Because the power of this is really, like, not being limited to a single market. If you start working across all the markets at the same time, that's where it gets really interesting, because the new Sonar has 1 minute and 5 minute time frame, and they're really good. Like, it's really good. It's really good. I feel like I'm robbing IC market, you know, when I'm trading with them. I'm wondering, when are they gonna call me and tell me, hey, you can't trade here anymore? Huh. Andrew leaking secrets. Yeah. So I think we can get this update out to everyone fairly soon. I would be really, you know, I would not be surprised if we're able to get a limited version of the Neural X mode out in April, including the update with all the Sonar and everything else. I think it's really interesting to look at this. I'm wondering when the 4 hour is gonna change. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me see if I missed any questions. Rich Shaw, I placed Euro USD 1 hour long spawn. Can you show us how to look on the Neural X mode? Okay, we can have a look, but we're not gonna have machine learning accelerated. Not a bad long. Not bad at all. Okay, tutorial videos. Yes, CK, I'm gonna do a new academy. Like, there's finally like a good reason. There's finally like a good reason to make a new academy, and I really think we fixed a lot of things with this. I think it has become much more simple for new people to get started trading with this. It's like, you buy the green band and you sell up here, or you sell in the red zone and you buy it back down here. You don't need RTD anymore. You just look at the bands. Are they green or not? If they're green, you buy them. If they're not green, you don't buy them. PK is saying, is the cloud not showing on 1 minute time frame, or is switched off? So right now we only have 4 time frames enabled, which is 15 minute, 1 hour, 4 on one day. Now I'll see what we can do to get it on the lower time frames, but to get it on the lower time frames, you know, it's doable. It's possible. It's definitely possible. Why is it, you know, what's the challenge? Well, 1 minute time frame will probably require us to retrain models and make a lot. No, we're gonna need bigger models, which Andrew is gonna say is gonna be too big to upload. I'm gonna say no, we can do it. So we're gonna need bigger models for 1 day, 1 minute time frame, because it needs a lot more variance of data. Like you need to feed it a lot more candles in order to it properly train. How successful is this algo? This algo is, I would say 100%, but let's just say 95%. It is really fucking good. It is really good. Look at that, it's still pumping. It is still pumping. But we can also see that the volatility has changed now. Now we can see the support levels moving down here and resistance moving up. So if these are widening, that means the Neural X mode AI is predicting volatility. Let's see. Let's see. I think this is so fucking cool. Like it's, I'm so happy we can provide this to people. The value that you will get from this is incredible. And I don't feel like we've been able to really provide this kind of value in years. You know, we have tried, but I've never been this excited. I've never been this excited about a product release like this one, because I really feel like, you know, I really feel like this is gonna reduce people's losses. It's gonna reduce people's over trading. It's gonna allow people to take, you know, high leverage trades on at the right time, when you should be taking them. And I think it makes it so much easier for a beginner to start making some money if they haven't been able to. And you know, this is the first version. This is the first version. Like, think about what the, you know, next version is gonna look like. You know, we keep working on this. We keep working and making new versions of this. What is this gonna look like in a year? If people are still trading, I think they will. I chatted, you know, I had a little bit of an existential crisis. Like, are people still gonna be trading? So I talked with ChatGPT about it. ChatGPT said that people will still be trading manually for many years. So I hope, you know, I hope that's the case. If I use this and win, I will give you money. Yeah, I actually thought about we could do like 30 days money guarantee for people signing up to Neural X mode, because I just don't see how you're gonna lose money if you just buy the green cloud and you sell it. Like, I just don't see how it's gonna happen. That's how confident I am in this thing. Aegis is asking, is the indicator colors customizable? Because I'm green-red colorblind. I think we can do something. I think we'll take care of you, my friend. FC Store X. What is your name again? Is it Monty? I can't remember. Sorry. Released on the 27th of April. In 8 days. Yeah. I could see it happen. I could see it happen. It's Frank. God damn it. All right, Frank. All right, Frank. But yeah, like this is two AI systems working together. We can do more. We can do, you know, from the last live stream, I captured a lot of details. Like, you know, I think multiple independent AI systems working together is a really powerful idea. So I think if we can do this idea of building this predictive, you know, probability of breaking the last high, like what is the probability right now of the market moving to this high, right? In the next amount of candles and so on. I think, you know, we can put this in as well, would be really cool. And then, you know, I really thought about how do we actually measure the strength of these levels, right? And I think it's hard to tell. I think it's, you know, whenever we're building these AI systems, the main question is, what is it that we want the AI to find out? Like, what do we want it to find out? And most importantly, how do we, you know, how do we objectify that task that we wanted to do? Because it's like, okay, we want to know how much is it going to bounce here, but that can be a very hard question for the AI actually to understand. So figuring out the strength of these levels. Right now, we're using this approach of using the RTD trends from the lower time frames to mix in the cloud. And I think I just had an idea. Let me just write this down. I just had an idea. All right, noted. Thank you, Alasani. Guys, we're gonna change life with this stuff. I'm not joking. This is insanely powerful. This is gonna put you guys right ahead of the flock. Like, this is gonna... It's gonna make you feel stupid about the way you've been trading before after you try this. It's just gonna make you feel like, oh, fuck. You know? You realize how everyone else... at least the very intelligent ones, how they've been trading for years, and you understand the amount of money they've been able to make. Once you start using it and you start making money for yourself, you realize, oh, wow, okay. All right, it's a different level, you know? So, exciting days ahead. Mage is asking, when will the model be available to people who already signed up with BFT? When is it gonna be available? Max 2 weeks. Like, max. Absolutely max. I think we can do it faster than that. But, you know, I have to speak with Andrew. But guys, it's just, this is so cool. Like, this stuff. Oh, don't forget we have entries. But this stuff, it's, whew. Let's do a second window here. Do this in 15 minutes, do this in 5 minutes. I mean, it's just confusing to me. I mean, even to me, I'm just like, should I buy here? Should I be buying here or down here? But it's interesting to see the old X mode marking out this neutral level down here. So you can see that since we placed our trades, it has already developed. So let's move this a little bit up. Well, okay, Philip, you ask a very good question. Philip's asking, can I use this AI for higher time frame, 4 hours to 1 day? Okay. Let me explain why this is so insanely powerful. The reason that this makes so much money is because that this is a mean reversion strategy. Okay? What that means is that we take strong trending markets based on their time frame. So if it's a 1 minute time frame and we have strong trend, it's a strong trending market, right? And the same on 15 minute or 5 minute time frame. The stronger the trending the market is, the more confidence we have in buying the support. Now the problem is that on 1 day time frame and 4 hour time frame, you can use it, but how often do you actually get an entry? Like even here, okay? Like just understand, how often do you get an entry? You got some entries here and here, but that's like 30 candles ago, okay? 30 candles ago, we got an entry. Now, if we go look at 1 day time frame, let it calculate. These are some big models. On 1 day time frame, the last time we got an entry on this market was, let's see, so that's September, so let's just call it October. So that's maybe like 90 or 120 candles ago. That's a bit much. Some of them are a lot more often, right? Like you can see in a downtrend, it will be a lot more often. But in these areas, you don't really want to be buying. I mean, you can. It's not that you can't, but if you want to make money, the best way to approach this is really to just trading this on the lower time frames, because that's where the mean reversion takes place. Because mean reversion, what it essentially means is that it reverts to the mean. So if we have a current trend that's going, a certain direction right now, then by the time it comes down here, it's barely even considered mean reversion anymore, because it's so overextended and the trend will be changed so much. So inherently, this strategy doesn't work on the higher time frames. I mean, it does. It's just that you won't get entries so often. So the place to make money with this, and the way to make money with this is to and I know this is gonna sound a little bit crazy, but the way to do it is to sit on 1 minute time frame, 5 minute time frame, get your bias of the direction from the higher time frame, 1 hour, 15 minute, even 1 day, 4 hour, whatever. Understand how the market is developing right now and where you are in that cycle of the market, and then you want to execute on it. So again, it's like a top-down analysis, Haha. TP hit, stop loss hit. I don't know if you guys get this, but I get it a lot. Just when I reconnect the broker, I think we gotta fix that. I think Andrew can see the issue now. I told him. Let's do a refresh instead. Okay, Philip also gets it. I think... Alright, everyone complaining about it. Steve, tell Andrew to read the chat. Because I told him. This is so annoying. Okay, now it disappeared. I think we killed the server, guys. Andrew. I think the script killed the server again. Unfortunately, it is done. And this is the exact reason we can't just this is the exact reason that we can't just push it out, because we can't have our main server crash because the machine learning and the AI models are loading 500 megabyte files in its memory and crashing the server. So we need a little bit more time to work on this. Okay. How do you recommend someone to change their trading plan according to the way that the X more dynamically change marking the levels? Huh. Is it back? Are we back? A little bit back? Are we getting entries? And we are back. I wonder what we crashed this time. Okay, let me answer Ulise's question. I got played on gold. I think I did all right on gold. I mean, it depends. What is okay? $4,000 or something? I mean, I don't know. It's played by gold. Uli says, how do you recommend someone to change their trading plan according to the way X more dynamically change a market flow? Good question. All right. So the place where you're gonna pick up the most money trading this mean reversion strategy is 1 minute time frame, 5 minute time frame, 15 minute time frame, and 1 hour sometimes. So what you want to do is that before you move into these lower time frames, you want to know how strong is the trend, what is the AI telling you, how this market is going to develop, so it gives you confidence in what's going to happen. And then you want to keep that in mind of what we expect to happen in the market. So because as we know, anything can happen in the market. It can change from 1 minute to the other minute, right? So you want to keep that in mind, and depending on that, you know, you want to, for example, right now 1 minute time frame, we're starting to get into, you know, this resistance here. And if we go to 1 minute time frame, you will see that again, our orders are already starting to lag behind. But you also want to keep in mind that when this thing does turn around, right, it's going to look something like this. And then you get these deep ones. And you don't want to be really caught in these on here, right? I would say that the levels are good to be bought for a certain amount of time, but after it's been touching the the 1 minute bands too much, you want to go to 5 minutes or even 15 minutes to look for your entries. Because on its way, on the market's way, you know, when it's coming down here like this, when it's coming down like this, there's going to be multiple times on the lower time frames that it will overextend and you will not be able to sit in positions. You're gonna have to get stopped out. So you need to understand that the price action of the market, how it develops, when you can buy, when you cannot buy, and that is a little bit of a challenge, right? That's gonna be hard on 1 minute time frame and 5 minute time frame. That's gonna take a little bit of practice. But on 15 minute time frame, you can pretty confidently buy from support all the way down to extension and do well almost every time. Almost every time. Then there will be instances where it doesn't work like that. And in my experience, I have found that, you know, you'll be able to buy, you'll be able to get out of break even. And what we want to see is that we want to see the market come into our entries, make a quick response and return back upwards where it came from, and we want to get out. I usually just trade it from here until the very top of the support, and that's it. I'm out. That's it. I'm out. And then if I see this market turn down like this again, then maybe there's a trade. But most of the times that is weakness and we're done. In order to do something like this, in order to execute this fast and be this fast like a robot, you gotta sit in front of the screen. This is like a job. So 15-minute time frame, 1 hour time frame, you can much better put trades and put the trades and walk away, set an alarm, and you're fine. But on 1 minute time frame and 5 minute time frame, it happens so fast that you gotta sit in front of the screen. So allow me to make a new academy for you guys, explain the way to do this. But it's so fun to trade 1 minute. Like 1 minute, 5 minute, when you have this strategy, it's so fun. Like it's very entertaining. You can do it the whole day. You can just sit in front of the screen the whole day and have a great day. But you gotta have some sort of understanding of price action, market development, and that's why we also built these AI systems, is that so you can see how it keeps expanding, right? Because the same way that this is showing that support is moving up here, that's good to know. That's good. That's what we want to know. But at the same time, if we actually build a 1 minute version of that, you will be able to see that it would probably start to maybe degrade a little bit here. The same way we're seeing some resistance here. It would not be surprising to see that the predicted levels would be down from here. So let's see what we can do about integrating this to the lower time frames. It can definitely be done. But this is just so cool in this that you don't need more right now. You need this. Okay, let me have some other questions, guys. I see we got Antonio in the chat. Welcome, mate. Happy to see you guys. Oh wow, it's been an hour. Woo. So yeah, the priority now is to optimize this so we don't crash the server. There's so many things. There's so many parameters that we can optimize on and make this thing better. And every time you change it a little bit, it impacts everything else. So you have to change it bit by bit and see what is the impact of this. Antonio asked if this update will come to TradingView. Unfortunately, this will never be possible on TradingView. I mean, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. The AI systems that you need to run is just not gonna work on TradingView server. Well, guys, Philip, the way to do this is just to start on a demo account, just trade for fun, see what happens, and you will very, very fast, you'll gain confidence in the strategy because you will see the results. And then once you see the results, you can go on a live account, start with a small amount, and just work your way up. It doesn't really matter how much money you make in your first session or second session or third session of trading 1 minute time frame doing like US Open or something like this. It doesn't matter how much you make the first time or the second time, the third time. What matters is that you start to learn this understanding of how a market develops and how the support and resistance are constantly expanding and developing, and you start to understand like that sometimes it's a good buy in 1 minute time frame, and other times it's not a good buy because it already been touched, like a repeated trade that you might know. Antonio, I can confirm that our alerts are working. We had a problem before. Someone was draining our account. And what that means is that people were abusing our our alert system costing us a lot of money. The way they're abusing it, they were sending SMS alerts and all kind of stuff to numbers in like Nepal and like different places of the world where they get money every time we send an SMS to them. So they would charge us when we send an SMS. And that was very fucking expensive. Oh, that was really expensive. That's probably cost over $10,000 for me. Probably over $10,000. But we fixed it, and alerts are now working perfectly. Yeah, at least you got it. Price action. Use the AI models to predict how it's gonna develop. Monty asked about the percentage. Yeah, it's gone for now, but let's see what's gonna happen. I would be happy to put it back when it works properly. All right, guys, this has been a great session. Gotta get back to work. I think you guys are gonna be really, really pleased with this update, and I think it's gonna really help people. I'm really happy we can do it. You know, I'm really happy we can help you guys make some money in trading, because this will change the way you trade. So thanks for coming to the live stream, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button and a comment, or you know, whatever you can do, just do it. And then I will do everything I can with the team to get this ready for you guys and release it. So yeah, boys and girls, have a... When is the update coming to the park? Very soon. Just give us just a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time. And fix the Bucky pop-up. Yeah, but have you noticed that we fixed the Oanda shit? We fixed the Oanda shit candles with the... That's fixed. And yeah, the fucking pop-up stuff, we'll fix that. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks for coming to the live stream. I'll see you next week. Have a great week, guys. Peace out.